stood in my mother-in-law's kitchen, watching her pass out envelopes like she was hosting the Oscars. December sunlight filtered through lace curtains, casting patterns on the marble countertops she'd shown off at Thanksgiving. Patricia Hayes loved an audience, and today she had 12 people crowded into her pristine kitchen, all eyes on her manicured hands. "I wanted to do something special this year," she announced, beaming. "Since we're all getting older, and who knows how many Christmases we have left together." My husband, Blake, squeezed my hand. His palm was warm, slightly damp. I thought it was excitement. Patricia opened the first envelope with theatrical precision. "Brandon and Melissa, you're flying first class to Aspen on December 23rd. Blake's brother pumped his fist. His wife actually squealed. More envelopes followed. Blake's sister, Candace, and her husband got tickets. Blake's cousins, Tyler and Jordan, got tickets. Even Blake's elderly Aunt Dorothy got an envelope with a plane symbol drawn on it in gold marker. Then Patricia turned to me. Her smile didn't change, but something behind her eyes did. "Ivy, sweetheart," she said, voice dripping with honey. "You can drive if you really want to come." The kitchen went silent. I felt every pair of eyes shift toward me like searchlights. My face burned. The coffee I'd been drinking suddenly tasted like metal in my mouth. Patricia kept smiling, holding my gaze. Waiting. I looked at Blake. His jaw was tight, eyes fixed on the floor tile. The hand that had been holding mine went limp. "Blake," I said quietly. He cleared his throat but didn't look up. "Mom probably just ran out of miles or something." "Oh no," Patricia said quickly. "I had plenty of miles. I just thought Ivy might prefer the scenic route. She's always talking about road trips, aren't you, dear?" I had never once mentioned road trips. Not ever. Brandon laughed nervously. "That's like a 16-hour drive, Mom." 18, I corrected, my voice flat. "In December. Through mountain passes." Patricia waved her hand dismissively. "You're so capable, Ivy. I'm sure you'll manage fine." Blake finally looked at me. Not with anger at his mother. Not with confusion. With something worse. Resignation. Like he'd known this was coming and had already decided not to fight it. In that moment, I understood something fundamental. I was alone in this marriage. I forced a smile. Felt like my face might crack. "That's very generous of you, Patricia," I said. Each word required effort. "Thank you for thinking of me." Her expression flickered. Just for a second. She'd expected tears, maybe anger. Not politeness. Blake's shoulders relaxed. Crisis averted in his mind. We drove home in silence. Blake turned on the radio, humming along to Christmas songs like nothing had happened. I stared out the window at gray Cleveland streets, my reflection ghostly in the glass. That night the family group chat exploded. "Brandon, Mom, you're literally the best. First class. Melissa, we don't deserve you, Patricia. So grateful. Candace, this is why you're everyone's favorite. Thank you, thank you, thank you." Message after message rolled in. Heart emojis. Crying, laughing faces. Photos of people holding their printed tickets. I scrolled through 43 messages. Not one person mentioned that I didn't get a ticket. Not one person thought it was strange. Blake was in the shower. I sat on our bed, phone glowing in the dark, and realized something chilling. They all knew. And nobody cared. On Monday morning, I logged into our joint bank account to pay the electric bill. That's when I saw it. December 10th. Transferred to Patricia Hayes' checking account. $8,400. I stared at the screen until my vision blurred. The plane tickets had been announced on December 15th. 5 days after Blake transferred her the money. My hands shook as I pulled up our savings account. Another transfer. Same date. $6,000. From my direct deposit. I did the math in my head. First-class tickets to Aspen during Christmas week. At least $1,500 per person. Times 11 people. $16,500. Minimum. I sat in our home office, surrounded by the furniture I'd picked out, in the house I'd helped buy, staring at proof that I'd partially funded a trip I'd been publicly excluded from. The bitter laugh that came out of me didn't sound like my own voice. Blake walked in, adjusting his tie. "You okay?" I pointed at the screen. "When were you going to tell me?" He glanced at the monitor. His face went pale. "She needed help," Blake said, talking fast. "Her roof is leaking. I was going to tell you." "Her roof." Kept my voice level. "When did she mention a roof?" "Last month. She called me at work." "Show me the invoice." "What?" "From the roofing company." "Show me." Blake's eyes darted around the room. "She's probably still getting estimates." I pulled up Patricia's Facebook. Her most recent post from 3 days ago showed her kitchen. New pendant lights hung over the island. Caption: "Treating myself to a little upgrade." I turned the laptop toward Blake. He swallowed hard. "Those aren't expensive," he muttered. $14,000, Blake. "From accounts I contribute to." "What roof costs that much in December?" He didn't answer. He just grabbed his briefcase and left for work 20 minutes early. I sat there after he left, pieces clicking into place. Last Christmas, Patricia gave everyone gift cards. Everyone except me. I got a candle from the clearance section, price tag still on it. $4.99. The Christmas before that, family photos at her house. She'd arranged everyone on the staircase. When I tried to stand next to Blake, she'd said, "Ivy, honey, could you take the photo instead? You're so good with cameras." I wasn't good with cameras. I'd never claimed to be. Every slight had been small enough to question. Was I overreacting? Was I being sensitive? Now I knew the truth. This wasn't random. It was systematic. The group chat had been quiet for 2 days. Then Patricia posted, "Just confirming everyone's flights. Blake and Ivy, let me know your driving timeline so we don't hold dinner waiting. Don't want the roast to get cold." Red heart. 3 dots appeared immediately as people typed. Candace. "Can't wait to see everyone." Brandon. "Ivy, you sure you don't want to fly? Could probably still book something." I read his message 3 times. The careful distance in it. Could probably still book something. Not "I'll help you book" or "Mom, this is messed up." I typed, "No worries. I won't be driving either." I hit send before I could second guess it. The 3 dots appeared. Disappeared. Appeared again. Blake's phone rang in the living room. I heard him answer. "Hey, Mom." "Yeah, she's here." "I don't know." "Let me talk to her." He appeared in the doorway, phone against his chest. "Mom wants to know what you meant." "Exactly what I said." "So you're not coming?" "I wasn't invited, Blake. She bought everyone tickets except me." "That's not an invitation." His face reddened. "She said you could drive." "That's not the same." "You're being difficult." The words landed like a slap. I looked at my husband, really looked at him, and saw a stranger. "Tell your mother I won't be attending," I said calmly. "And tell her to stop using our money to exclude me." Blake didn't come to bed that night. I heard him on the phone past midnight, voice low and angry, pacing the downstairs hallway. When he finally climbed into bed at 2 in the morning, I pretended to sleep. The next evening, he cornered me in the kitchen. "You embarrassed her," he said. No greeting. No build-up. I kept chopping vegetables for a dinner he probably wouldn't eat. How? That message. Everyone saw it. Now they think she's cruel. Isn't she? She's my mother. I set down the knife. "I'm your wife." Blake's jaw clenched. "She was trying to be nice. She thought you'd enjoy driving. Seeing the country. In winter. Alone. For 18 hours. You're twisting it. Then explain it to me, Blake. Make it make sense." He opened his mouth. Closed it. Looked away. "Why didn't you defend me?" I asked quietly. "In her kitchen. When she said it in front of everyone. Why didn't you say something?" Silence stretched between us. The refrigerator hummed. Outside, someone's car alarm chirped. Blake turned and walked away without answering. That night I couldn't sleep. At 3 in the morning I opened Blake's laptop. He never logged out of his email. Terrible security habit I'd mentioned a dozen times. I told myself I was checking for spam. I knew I was lying. The email folder was labeled Mom. Inside were 147 messages. I started with the most recent. November 18th. Patricia, Blake, honey, we need to talk about Christmas. I know you love Ivy, but she dominates everything. Last year she insisted on bringing that awful green bean casserole nobody ate. This year I want it to be just family. Real family. You understand, right? Blake, she is family, Mom. Patricia, of course technically. But sweetheart, she's not like us. The way she talks about money constantly. It's exhausting. I think some distance would be good for everyone. Blake, I'll talk to her. My stomach clenched. I scrolled up. October 3rd. Patricia, I'm worried about your finances. Ivy seems very controlling. Are you allowed to make decisions anymore? Blake, it's not like that. Patricia, I just want you to be happy. You seem tired lately. Stressed. I can help if you need it. Don't let pride get in the way. September 15th. Patricia, I saw Ivy's Facebook post about your vacation. Very extravagant. I hope she's not spending you into debt. You work so hard. You deserve better. I took screenshots of everything. My hands were shaking so badly I had to rest the phone on the desk. There were dozens more. Years of messages. Patricia slowly, methodically planting seeds. Ivy overreacts. Ivy's difficult. Ivy doesn't fit in. Ivy's after your money. And Blake. Blake defending me sometimes. But never firmly. Never completely. I found the real bomb in an email from December 5th. Patricia, the tickets are booked. Everyone's so excited. I left Ivy off the reservation like we discussed. I think this Christmas apart will give you clarity. You can spend time with people who truly understand you. Blake, are you sure this is the right way? Patricia, trust me. If she really loves you, she'll accept it gracefully. If she makes a scene, you'll know what kind of person she really is. Either way, you get your answer. Blake, what if she gets upset? Patricia, then you tell her she's overreacting. She always does. Once she apologizes, we can all move forward. But she needs to learn her place in this family first. I read it 3 times. Then I read it again. Christmas wasn't a celebration. It was a test. Patricia had designed my exclusion specifically to force me into 2 options. Accept humiliation quietly, or react and be labeled crazy. Blake had known. Not just about the tickets. About the plan. The transfer of $14,000 took on new meaning. Payment. For my husband's cooperation in my own humiliation. I closed the laptop carefully. My hands had stopped shaking. I felt eerily calm. I'd spent 3 years trying to win Patricia's approval. 3 years making casseroles nobody ate, buying thoughtful gifts nobody appreciated, showing up early to help set up and staying late to clean. 3 years being tolerated instead of welcomed. I was done. The next morning, Blake's cousin Jordan called me. We'd always gotten along. She was the quiet one who noticed things. Hey Ivy, she said. Her voice was careful. I just wanted to check on you. I'm fine. Are you really not coming to Aspen? I wasn't invited. Silence. Then quietly. I heard about the ticket thing. That was messed up. Something in my chest loosened. Thank you for saying that. For what it's worth, I didn't know beforehand. None of us did. Patricia just handed out envelopes, and everyone assumed I must have deserved it. Jordan sighed. Pretty much. Brandon said something about you and Patricia having issues. Candace said you'd been causing problems lately. What problems? She didn't say. But everyone kind of accepted it. Like it made sense that you wouldn't be included. Closed my eyes. Jordan, can I ask you something? Sure. If someone treated you like this, what would you do? She was quiet for a long moment. Honestly, stop showing up. They clearly don't want you there, Ivy. Why kill yourself trying? After we hung up, I sat on the couch, staring at nothing. They'd all talked about me. Created a narrative where I was the problem. And I'd never defended myself because I didn't know I needed to. I was done defending. Done explaining. Done trying. On Monday, I opened a new bank account at a different institution. On Tuesday, I called HR and changed my direct deposit. On Wednesday, I transferred half of our savings into my name only. Legally, I was entitled to it. We'd earned it together. Thursday morning, Blake checked our account at breakfast. His coffee cup stopped halfway to his mouth. What the hell is this? My paycheck's going to a separate account now. Why? Because I'm not funding family trips I'm not invited to. His face turned red. That's our money. And I earned half of it. More than half, actually. My salary's higher. You can't just take our savings. I can. I did. My lawyer confirmed it. Your lawyer. He stood up so fast his chair scraped. Are you kidding me right now? I'm protecting myself, Blake. Something you've never done for me. This is insane. You're punishing me because of plane tickets. I'm establishing boundaries. There's a difference. He slammed his hand on the table. My mother was trying to be nice. Your mother used our money to humiliate me publicly. And you helped her. I never. I saw the emails, Blake. All of them. December 5th. Leave Ivy off the reservation like we discussed. You knew. You agreed to it. His face went white. You wanted me to apologize, I continued, voice steady. For being hurt. That was the condition, wasn't it? I had to apologize for having feelings about being excluded, and then maybe I'd be allowed back into the family. Blake's mouth opened and closed. I'm not apologizing, I said. And I'm not driving to Aspen. In fact, I'm not doing anything I don't want to do anymore. The next week, our house felt like a minefield. Blake slept in the guest room. We communicated through terse notes left on the counter. Blake, you're destroying our marriage. Ivy, I'm saving myself. There's a difference. He started spending more time at his mother's house. Fine by me. I deep cleaned the spare closet, sorted through old paperwork, and scheduled a consultation with a divorce attorney. Just in case. On December 20th, Blake confronted me in the hallway, blocking my path. You need to fix this, he said. Fix what? The money. The account. Everything. Just come to Aspen. Make an effort. Show my family you're not. Not what? Difficult. I stared at him. I'm not the one who took $14,000 and used it to exclude my spouse from Christmas. That's not what happened. Then what did happen, Blake? Explain it to me. Make it make sense. His jaw worked. My mother needed help. For plane tickets. For everything. She's on a fixed income. She wanted to do something nice. With my money. It's our money. Then why wasn't I included in the decision? Why wasn't I included in the trip? Silence. You can't answer that, I said quietly, because the truth is ugly. She wanted to punish me. And you let her. You funded it. Blake's phone buzzed. He glanced at it. I need to pack. Flight's early tomorrow. Have a safe trip. He looked at me like I'd slapped him. You're really not coming. I wasn't invited, Blake. How many times do I have to say it? He left without another word. December 23rd arrived cold and gray. Blake's suitcase sat by the door until his Uber arrived at 4 in the morning. He left without saying goodbye. I watched through the bedroom window as taillights disappeared down our street. Then I made coffee, wrapped myself in a blanket, and waited. The group chat lit up at 6. Brandon, airport. Let's go. Photos followed. Blake and Brandon at a gate, thumbs up. Candace with a Starbucks cup. Patricia in a Christmas sweater, beaming. Patricia, 1 hour until takeoff. Ivy, safe driving. Let us know when you're on the road. I didn't respond. At 9, Jordan texted privately. You good? Me, never better. Noon my phone rang. Patricia. I let it go to voicemail. Ivy, sweetheart, just checking your progress. We're landing in 3 hours and I want to make sure you're on schedule. Call me back. I deleted it. The photos continued throughout the day. The family boarding the plane. Blake in his seat pretending to read. Landing in Colorado. The rental cars. The resort. Each photo was a postcard from a life that didn't include me. And each one made me feel lighter. By evening I'd clean the whole house, watch 2 movies and order Thai food. I ate it on the couch in my pajamas. My phone buzzed. Patricia. Ivy, I'm concerned. Are you still driving? Please respond. I turned my phone face down and went to bed early. Christmas Eve morning, I woke to 17 missed calls. The voicemails started calm. Patricia asking for updates. Then concerned. Then irritated. By the last one she was furious. Ivy, this is ridiculous. We've been waiting for you. Blake is embarrassed. Call me immediately. I made pancakes and listened to Christmas music. At 10 Blake called. Answered. Where are you? He sounded exhausted. Home. You're still in Cleveland? Yes. Ivy, what the hell? We've been waiting. Dinner's in 3 hours. You said you wouldn't drive, but we thought. You thought I'd change my mind. Yes, obviously. This is Christmas. Blake, I told you very clearly I wasn't coming. You chose not to believe me. My mother is furious. She's been cooking for 2 days. She made your favorite. I don't have a favorite. Your mother's never asked what I like. Silence. Then low and angry. You're embarrassing me. Good. What? I said good. You've embarrassed me for 3 years. Now you know how it feels. This is childish. This is self-respect. He hung up. 20 minutes later my phone exploded. The group chat had erupted. Patricia. I can't believe Ivy would do this to us. After everything we've done for her. Candace. This is so disrespectful. We all made plans around her driving schedule. Brandon. Maybe she's just running late. Melissa. Blake said she's not coming at all. Patricia. Unbelievable. Just unbelievable. I scrolled through the messages, watching my name get dragged through the mud. Then I started typing. Me. Hi everyone. I want to clear something up. I didn't plan to drive to Aspen. I never said I would. Patricia announced plane tickets for everyone except me, suggested I drive instead, and I declined. I've been home this whole time. 3 dots appeared instantly. Disappeared. Appeared again. Patricia, that's not how it happened. Me, that's exactly how it happened. Everyone in your kitchen heard it. Brandon. Ivy, I think there was a misunderstanding. Me, no misunderstanding. I was publicly excluded, then expected to spend 18 hours driving through mountains in December to attend anyway. Chose not to. Candace. You could have said something earlier. Me, I did. I said I wouldn't be driving. You all assumed I'd change my mind. Patricia. I offered to let you drive because I thought you'd enjoy it. I can't believe you're twisting this into something ugly. Took a breath. Time for the receipts. Me. Patricia, you transferred $14,400 from Blake's and my accounts on December 10th. You used money I earned to buy plane tickets for everyone except me. Then you coordinated with Blake to exclude me as a test of my character. Have the emails. The chat went silent. For 67 seconds nobody typed. Then chaos. Jordan, what? Brandon, Mom, is that true? Tyler, that's messed up. Candace. Blake knew. My phone started ringing. Patricia. Declined. She called again. Declined. Blake called. Ivy, what the hell are you doing? Telling the truth. You can't just, everyone's freaking out. Good. They should know who they're defending. I sent the screenshots to the group chat. Every email. Every calculated message. Patricia slowly poisoning Blake against me. Blake's weak defenses that crumbled under pressure. The December 5th message confirming the plan. Patricia. I left Ivy off the reservation like we discussed. Blake, what if she gets upset? Patricia, then you tell her she's overreacting. The chat exploded. Jordan, Blake, you agreed to this? Tyler, this is actually insane. Brandon, Mom, these emails. Candace, I don't even know what to say. Patricia tried to regain control. Patricia, those are private conversations taken out of context. Ivy is manipulating you all. This is exactly the kind of behavior I was trying to protect Blake from. Me, by using money I earned. Patricia, that money was a loan. For my roof. Me, you posted photos of new kitchen lights 3 days after receiving it. Want me to share those too? Silence again. Then Jordan, I'm so sorry, Ivy. Had no idea. Tyler, yeah, this is really messed up. You didn't deserve this. Brandon, Mom, I think you owe Ivy an apology. Patricia, I will not apologize for trying to protect my son. Candace, protect him from what? His wife, who you stole from. The family was fracturing in real time. I watched messages fly back and forth. Accusations, defenses, old grievances surfacing. Apparently, I wasn't the first person Patricia had tried to push out. My phone rang. Blake. I let it ring. Blake called 6 more times. On the 7th, I answered. Are you happy now? His voice cracked. You've destroyed everything. I posted screenshots of emails you and your mother wrote. I didn't invent them. You've turned everyone against her. She turned everyone against me first. For 3 years. She's my mother. And I'm your wife. Or I was supposed to be. Silence. Breathing. Then quietly. Can you please just delete the messages? No. Ivy. No. Everyone deserves to know the truth. You're humiliating her. She humiliated me. In her kitchen. In front of everyone. Remember. That was different. How? He couldn't answer. Blake, I gave you so many chances to defend me. Choose me. Every time you chose her. You chose keeping the peace over having my back. You used my money to fund my own exclusion. And now you're asking me to protect her reputation. What do you want from me? Question hung between us. What did I want? I wanted you to love me enough to stand up for me, I said finally. But it's too late for that now. Hung up. The group chat had moved to private conversations. Jordan messaged me directly. Jordan, for what it's worth, you're the only one who's been honest. I'm sorry we didn't see it sooner. Me, thank you. That means a lot. Jordan, are you going to leave him? I stared at her question for a long time. Me, I don't know yet. But I did know. I'd known since that moment in Patricia's kitchen when Blake's hand went limp in mine. The next morning, Christmas, I woke to a quiet house and made myself eggs. Cinnamon rolls. Real coffee, not the instant Blake preferred. My phone buzzed occasionally. Apology texts from family members. Tyler, I should have said something. Sorry. Jordan, you're stronger than all of us. Even Candace. I don't know what to say except I was wrong. Sorry. Patricia sent nothing. Blake sent one message at noon. Blake. Everyone's asking me to fix this. What do I tell them? Me, tell them the truth. You chose your mother over your wife. Blake, that's not fair. Me, it's accurate. He didn't respond. Around 2, my doorbell rang. I looked through the peephole. Jordan stood on my porch holding a casserole dish. I left, she said when I opened the door. Flew back this morning. I couldn't stay there anymore. I let her in. We ate green bean casserole, the one Patricia said nobody liked, and watched Christmas movies until we both fell asleep on the couch. Around midnight, Blake called again. I heard him crying before he spoke. Please tell me how to fix this. You can't. Ivy, please. I love you. You love your mother more. That's not true. Blake, when she told me to drive, you said nothing. When she used our money, you said nothing. When she planned to humiliate me, you helped her. Every single time you had a choice, you chose her. I was trying to keep peace. Peace for who? Not for me. A sob. Actual gut-wrenching sobs. Part of me wanted to comfort him. The rest of me remembered sitting in that kitchen, watching my husband avoid my eyes while his mother smiled. "Why didn't you defend me?" I asked quietly. The question I'd asked before but never got an answer to. "I didn't want drama." The words hit like ice water. "You didn't want drama," I repeated. "So I had to absorb it instead." "That's not what I meant." "That's exactly what you meant. You chose comfort over my dignity. You let me be the villain in your family's story because it was easier than standing up to your mother. She's difficult. You don't understand. I am also difficult, Blake. I'm your wife. I'm supposed to be difficult to mistreat. I never wanted this to happen. But you let it happen. That's the same thing." More crying. Heavy breathing. Finally. "What do you want me to do?" "I want you to have done something 3 years ago. But since I can't have that, I don't want anything from you anymore." "Don't say that. It's true. I'm done trying to earn a place in a family that used my own money to exclude me. I'm done defending you to people who ask why I put up with this. I'm done. Ivy. The locks will be changed by the time you get home. Your things will be packed. I'll have my lawyer contact yours." Silence. Then broken. "You're really leaving?" "I left the moment your mother handed out those tickets and you said nothing." I hung up and turned off my phone. The next week moved quickly. Hired a lawyer. Filed paperwork. Changed the locks. Packed Blake's things into boxes and stacked them in the garage with clean precision. I wasn't angry. That was the strangest part. Felt calm. Certain. Like I'd been holding my breath for 3 years and finally remembered how to exhale. Jordan helped me pack. She'd extended her Cleveland trip indefinitely. "You're handling this better than I would," she said, taping a box. "I'm not handling it. I'm just doing what comes next. Blake's been calling me. Asking me to talk to you." "What did you say?" "I told him he made his bed." Smiled. Actually smiled. New Year's Eve I spent alone. By choice. I cooked a nice dinner. Poured good wine. Toasted to absolutely nothing and everything at once. Midnight my phone buzzed. I turned it back on that morning. "Blake, please. Can we talk? Really talk?" I stared at the message. Thought about the man I'd married. The life I'd tried to build. The family I'd bent myself into shapes trying to fit into. Then I thought about sitting in Patricia's kitchen, watching my exclusion be wrapped in fake sweetness while everyone smiled. Me, there's nothing left to say. I blocked his number. Blake came home 2 days later. I watched from the window of the coffee shop across the street as he pulled into the driveway. Saw him try his key. Saw him realize it didn't work. He called. I didn't answer. He saw his boxes in the garage and sat in his car for 20 minutes. Finally he left. That evening he showed up at my sister's house, where I'd been staying. She wouldn't let him in. "Ivy," he called through the door. "Please. We can fix this. I'll do better. I'll set boundaries with my mom. You'll do it because you got caught," I called back. "Not because it was right. I made a mistake. You made a choice. Every day for 3 years, you chose your mother's comfort over my dignity. That's not a mistake. That's who you are. People change. Great. Change for your next wife." I heard him crying on the porch. My sister looked at me, questioning. I shook my head. After an hour he left. The divorce papers were served January 15th. Blake tried to fight for the house, claiming I'd stolen marital funds. My lawyer produced bank records showing my higher income, the unauthorized transfer to Patricia, and the pattern of financial manipulation. Blake's own emails to his mother became evidence. He dropped the claim. February 3rd I sent one final message to the family group chat. The one I'd never left, just muted. I hope the plane tickets were worth it. Then I blocked everyone except Jordan. She texted immediately. Chef's kiss. Perfect exit. Patricia tried calling from different numbers. I let them all go to voicemail. Apparently she was demanding Blake fix his marriage. Apparently the family was fracturing. Cousins taking sides. Old resentment surfacing. None of it touched me anymore. I was learning something important. The opposite of love isn't hate. It's indifference. And I'd finally arrived there. Blake's mother had spent 3 years trying to make me small. Trying to teach me my place. Trying to prove I wasn't good enough for her precious son. In the end, she'd taught me something else. I didn't need their approval, their acceptance, their plane tickets. I just needed to stop accepting less than I deserved. Spring came. I got a promotion at work. Started therapy. Joined a book club. Small things that felt enormous. Jordan and I got lunch once a week. She'd officially cut contact with Patricia. She keeps calling, Jordan said over salads. Crying about how you destroyed the family. I posted emails she wrote. I told her that. She said you took them out of context. Jordan rolled her eyes. There's no context that makes those okay. How's Blake? Living with her. Working from her house. It's pathetic, honestly. I should have felt satisfaction. Maybe even pity. Felt nothing. He asked about you last week, Jordan continued. I told him you're thriving. Am I? Are you kidding? You're like a different person. You smile now. Real smiles. She was right. I hadn't realized how tense I'd been. How much energy I'd spent trying to be acceptable. Trying to be enough. The divorce finalized in April. I got the house, my savings, and my freedom. Blake got his mother's approval. Everyone got what they really wanted. The morning I got the final papers, I sat on my porch with coffee and looked at my neighborhood. The same houses, the same trees. Everything looked different. My phone buzzed. Unknown number. We need to talk about what you did to this family. December 30th. Patricia. Still trying. I deleted the message and blocked the number. She'd never understood. I hadn't destroyed anything. I just stopped pretending the plane ticket thing didn't matter. 6 months after that kitchen scene, I booked a trip. Nothing extravagant. Just a week in Colorado. Mountains. Fresh air. Myself. At the airport, I checked my single bag, held my ticket, and realized something. I'd bought this myself. Nobody handed me an envelope. Nobody made decisions about where I belonged. The flight was smooth. The mountains were incredible. I hiked alone, ate at small restaurants, read 3 books. One evening, sitting on a lodge balcony watching sunset paint the peaks orange and gold, my phone buzzed. Jordan, you look happy. She'd found my Instagram post. Me, I am. Darn good. You deserve it. I thought about Blake in that moment. Wondered if he ever thought about the kitchen scene. If he ever realized that his silence cost him everything. Probably not. People like Patricia and Blake don't see patterns. They see individual moments they can explain away. But I saw clearly now. Love without defense isn't love. It's tolerance. And I was done being tolerated. I flew home a different person. Not broken. Not bitter. Just clear. Blake tried one more time 6 months post-divorce. A letter arrived. 3 pages. Handwritten. I see it now. Everything you said. Everything I did wrong. Mom has been manipulating me for years, and I let her. I'm in therapy. I'm working on boundaries. I know I don't deserve another chance, but if you'd ever consider coffee. I read it twice. Then I filed it in a folder labeled Closed Chapters. Maybe he'd really changed. Maybe therapy had given him clarity. Maybe he'd finally stood up to Patricia. But I'd learned something crucial in that kitchen. Watching him avoid my eyes while his mother smiled. Some people will only fight for you after they've lost you. And by then it's too late. I'd spent 3 years trying to earn my place at a table where I wasn't wanted. 3 years making myself smaller, quieter, more acceptable. Patricia told me to drive if I wanted to come. Like my presence was optional. Like I should be grateful for the chance to exhaust myself proving I belonged. I didn't drive. I didn't beg. I didn't shrink. Left. And in leaving, I found something better than their approval. Found myself. Some people only value you when they think you'll accept less. I stopped accepting and they lost everything. But I finally started living. The plane ticket thing wasn't about travel. It was about respect. And the day I chose self-respect over family peace was the day my real life began. I never drove to Aspen. But I flew everywhere else.